Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Organic Cotton Roundtable. I really wish I could be there with you in person, but this is the kind of next best thing. I think you gathered together a really important and interesting moment from the work that I've been doing, particularly around ethics and sustainability in fashion, and through my work with the Aid by Trade Cotton Made in Africa group. It's really a time where many people are coming together and saying, well, okay, we want to have all these lovely things to wear or all these lovely textiles around us, but how can we do that without degrading the planet and without having these really abusive and exploitative labour practices? Now, gathering here today and over the period of time that you're here and able to network and talk to people and think about what you do afterwards, I hope you will consider how you can make a really decisive intervention in this field. Organic cotton is really important, as you will know, because it doesn't degrade the environment in the same way that non-organic cotton does. But we need to make a push to ensure that people understand this and to tell them, the potential buyers, at whatever level, what the benefits of organic cotton are for us as individuals and for the planet as a whole. Also, in terms of how people work with that material is really important. So if you think about what it does to the environment to have these hugely toxic dyes and chemical processes, think also what it does to the people who actually work with those kinds of substances. So what we need to do is to convince governments, we need to convince politicians, we need to convince those brands that still haven't come over to that way of thinking to understand what kind of contribution they will be making to the world if we adopt these practices more widely. I think for a lot of people it's quite a new idea that Africa should be at the centre of production of organic cotton, and I think there are ways of tapping into that realisation that can really explode the market. I find that when I talk to people, whether that's as individuals or communities or indeed in companies and businesses, that there is a movement towards thinking much more carefully about how we produce clothing and other forms of textiles. And there is also a recognition that we cannot go on having the kinds of levels of inequality and poverty in the world that we currently do. Now, for those who feel that some kind of economic intervention is the way to go, here we have a wonderful opportunity to say, well, look, here we have cotton that is produced by people who are actively engaged in the production. They're not being used as a sort of modern day slaves. They have a sense that the production of organic cotton is a way to help to clean up the world. It's a wonderful opportunity for all of you out there to go back when you've come from the high of being at the conference, to go back and redouble your efforts to spread the news about what it is you're doing. And in particular, I think those of you who are in a position to have influence on the politics and policy making within your individual countries can go back to your politicians, go back to your parliamentarians and say, look, what you need to do is to produce incentives for us. You need to produce the kinds of incentives that will help us to be real world players on this particular scene. So I know you've got a lot of work to do over the course of the day, which I hope you'll find enjoyable as well as productive. So I'm going to wish you all the very best of luck with that. And I do hope that you will be able to make some real progress towards ensuring that organic cotton from Africa becomes the absolute default position of a number of companies and brands and so on around the world, because we really need you to be successful at this. Thank you.